I don't know how to start this. So, I've been reading in the book of John. That's the book that my small group has been studying. And in it, there was this amazing passage that we just read today in our online Bible study because quarantine. And I just wanted to hop on and share with you guys what we were studying and what we were talking about and what God has been showing me through that study. So, it's just a few verses. I want to remind you guys of some awesome things about God. And so, if you have a second, I would love to share that with you. So, starting in verse 19, I'm going to read just a few verses. And this is a testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, "I am not the Christ." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you?" Like that meme. All right, I'm done. "Who are you? We need to give an answer to those who sent us. What do you say about yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness. Make straight the way of the Lord, as the prophet Isaiah said." I love that passage because John is just humbly responding to some attacks on him. Like this group of people, this committee of people that are sent to figure out who John the Baptist is, right? John the Baptist was like a famous dude. Like people knew who this man was. Like he had disciples, he had followers, like he had influence. Like this man was well known. And then they had this group of people sent out to figure out who is John the Baptist. Like we gotta know who this man is. So is he the Christ? Is he the Messiah? Is he the guy we've been waiting for? See, John was hit with this weird opportunity to where he could have straight up lied and made this about himself. He could have turned the fame around that is rightfully God's and made it about him. And no one would have batted an eye. People would have been like, "Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually." The thing about that reminds me is that when we try to make Jesus famous, we are then put on a platform and we can so quickly turn that into ours. And we can so quickly turn the fame and the glory that is rightfully God's and make it our own and twist and manipulate his fame so that way we can be seen as better. And John is not doing that, even though it could be so easily his. He's saying, "I am not the Christ." I love how John actually, the writer of this gospel, said he confessed and he did not deny, but confessed. Like he repeated, he confessed, he was honest. "I am not the Christ." They asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" Because they had, in Malachi, I'm reading from this commentary, in Malachi 4:5, the Jews expected Elijah to return to the earth. So they asked, "Are you Elijah?" And he was like, "Nope." And they were like, "Okay, well, if he's not Christ, if he's not Elijah, who is this man?" And then they realized in Deuteronomy 18:15, Moses said, "The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me in your midst from your brethren. Him you shall hear." So they're like, "Okay, well, are you the prophet?" And John was like, "Nope, not him either." And he answered, so they said, "Okay, well, we have to figure out who you are. Like, we can't go back with nothing. So who are you?" John the Baptist decided to say, "I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness. Make straight the way of the Lord, as the prophet Isaiah said." He decided to quote Isaiah 43, and he said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness. Make straight the path." I think that's so beautiful. And the commentary that I'm reading, it's the Believer's Bible commentary. Awesome stuff. I'm actually just going to read straight from it because it says it a lot better than me. John spoke of himself simply as a voice, okay? John said, "I am the voice." He didn't pose as a great man to be praised and admired, but as a voice, not to be seen, but only to be heard. John was the voice, but get this, but Christ was the Word. The Word needs a voice to make it known, and the voice is of no value without the Word. The Word is infinitely greater than the voice, but it can be our privilege too to be a voice for him. John is the voice, and we too can be the voice for the Word. Without the Word, the voice is just noise. it's nothing. The voice without the word is nonsense. You ever hear someone speak in a different language and you're just like, I don't even know what you're talking about? The voice without the word is useless. But when you get the word in there, when you get the word of all words, the word who became flesh and dwelt among us, like when we get the word and the voice points to the word, and it's the word that the voice is breathing out, and we are making Christ, we're revealing how awesome God is through us, the voice. Like then we're starting to get somewhere. I think for us as people, we need to mimic and echo John the Baptist when we humbly respond and know it's not our fame, it's Christ's. And we are just a voice, useless apart from the word. And our life is just consistently breathing the word. We are just trying to make the word known. We are just a voice. And I love that. And I want you guys to remember, we are the voice. So use your voice. Use your voice and make the word known and bring glory that's rightfully his to God. So I love you guys. I hope that was encouraging. I hope that was challenging. It was for me. And I just want to remind you guys, you are loved. You are valued. You are not alone. God bless, guys.